Welcome to The Deep Dive. This is a Prime AI podcast brought to you by the folks at Silicon and Silk.
Great to be here. Today we're focusing on a change in e-commerce that's, well, so profound, it really redefines the word disruption.
He really does.
We're not talking about a potential trend here. We are dissecting a structural shift that, according to all the sources we've looked at, is already happening.
That's already in motion.
The traditional idea of a retail website being the center of the universe for a purchase, that's rapidly becoming obsolete. So if you're a brand owner, a retailer, or just interested in the way this is all going, this is crucial stuff.
The central thesis, to put it simply, is that purchasing decisions are moving. They're moving quietly but very decisively away from the retailer's own website.
Right.
You know, for the past decade, retailers spend billions optimizing their own sites. Faster load times, better on-site search, things like that.
The classic playbook.
Exactly. But the whole landscape has shifted. Commerce isn't about optimizing your own four walls anymore. It's becoming decentralized, highly autonomous, and almost entirely AI-directed.
And the consequence of not being ready for this new world isn't just, falling behind.
No, it's much more severe.
The sources are very clear on this. If your brand hasn't adapted, you risk just disappearing from the consideration set entirely. Before the shopper even has a chance to see your homepage. It's like an immediate filter applied by an external AI, and boom, you're out.
You're out before you even get to make your pitch. Exactly. The new battleground isn't your site speed. It's the speed and direction of product discovery. And crucially, who controls that filter?
That sounds like a radical change. So love unpack this. We've got a really useful framework here, one that's being used by groups like the Auto Group, that breaks this down into 4 distinct stages.
It's a great way to look at it.
It helps us see where we are now and, more importantly, where we're all heading.
It does. And most retailers, frankly, are still operating pretty comfortably in what we'd call stage 1.
Okay, so what's stage 1?
Stage 1 is assisted browsing inside your own shop. This is the world we all know. Digital assistance, better search results, personalized recommendations on your site.
So it's all about making your own website the best it can possibly be.
Precisely.
But that world is shrinking, right? Because customers are starting their journey somewhere else now.
And that takes us directly to stage 2. Product discovery happens externally. This is the big turning point.
The inflection point.
Yeah. The customer doesn't start with Google anymore, and they're definitely not typing your URL into the address bar. They start on platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, or some other specialized AI assistant.
And they just ask it a question.
They ask the AI, find me an ethically produced, durable running shoe under $150.
Right. And the AI does all the legwork, the filtering, the pre-selection. And if your brand doesn't have the right data, the speed, the sustainability proof, the fit accuracy to meet the AI's criteria,
you're instantly eliminated. The key thing to grasp here is that the shopping decision, the creation of that shortlist, it all happens before the customer ever clicks a link to your site.
That's what makes this so tough for traditional brands. They're used to fighting for the top Google ad slot. Now they're fighting for relevance inside this closed intelligence system where the rules are kind of opaque and the speed you need is absolute.
It is. But stage 3 is where the tectonic plates really shift.
Okay, tell us about stage 3. This is where the retailer loses, actual control of the sale itself?
Yes. Stage 3 is when purchases move outside the retailer's interface. It's not just that discovery is external anymore. The entire checkout process becomes external, too.
This is happening now.
We're already seeing full external checkout capabilities being rolled out in the U.S. market, integrated directly into these AI platforms.
Wait, hold on. So if a customer is recommended a product by an AI, and they add it to some universal cart hosted by that AI, and then they pay through that same platform, what does the retailer even see?
They see an order ticket. That's it.
Just an order to fulfill.
They get the order data, they fulfill the product, they ship it. But the whole customer journey, from the first thought to comparison to adding to the basket to payment, it all happens on the AI platform.
So the retailer, as the sources put it, you no longer see the customer.
You no longer see the customer.
That's a strategic catastrophe. I mean, it goes so far beyond just losing a sale. We're talking about losing control over the customer relationship and, maybe more importantly, all the data.
Precisely. Just think about all the data that's lost in that moment. You lose insight into shopping behavior, where they hesitated, what they compared. You lose payment data. You lose the chance for first-party data capture, like email signups or loyalty enrollment.
You're just a back-end fulfillment warehouse for the AI.
That's a perfect way to put it.
And if that's only stage 3, I mean, the idea of stage 4 feels almost inevitable.
Stage 4 is the logical and pretty radical conclusion: fully automated purchasing by personal agents.
So this isn't even the customer talking to the AI anymore.
No. Now the AI agent is autonomous. It knows your size history, your brand preferences, your sustainability criteria, your delivery expectations, everything. It just acts on your behalf.
So the input required from me, the consumer, gets tiny. It's not even find me a new winter coat. It could just be a prompt like, it's November 1st. I need a replacement for the coat I bought 2 years ago.
And the agent handles everything else: the discovery, the comparison, the selection, the transaction, all automatically, without the user ever landing on a single retail site.
The implications for brands are just profound. Traditional customer relationships, the ones built through newsletters and loyalty programs and having a great website experience.
They completely evaporate. Customer loyalty shifts. It moves from the brand to the efficiency and the accuracy of the personal agent.
Which raises a huge question. If the agent is just acting on efficiency and preset rules, how does a brand even survive? Is being a good product enough, or do you have to, lobby the AI agent?
It becomes an arms race of data excellence and operational efficiency. Your product data has to be so clean, so accurate, and so immediately actionable that the AI agent prefers to choose you.
Because it's easier.
It's the path of least resistance. If your size data is vague or needs manual input, and a competitor offers a totally zero friction purchase, the agent will choose your competitor every single time. It's just about fulfilling the need in the fastest way possible.
That's a perfect transition into the practical side of this, which the sources call frictionless commerce. If buying decisions are made by AI and transactions happen elsewhere, the job for the retailer is simple: offer the fastest possible path to getting the product, which means getting rid of all the old friction points.
It means no forms, no filters, no complicated drop-down menus, and absolutely no size quizzes. Anytime you ask the customer for input, that's seen as a failure point. The AI tools are designed to do all of that heavy lifting instantly.
So what does that heavy lifting actually look like? What are the baseline capabilities you need just to survive?
We're talking about tools that can instantly find visually similar products across different retailers, compare prices, check the legitimacy of, say, sustainability claims, verify inventory in real time.
And the big one for fashion.
And the most critical one for fashion: predict size and fit automatically. And all of these sophisticated checks need to happen in milliseconds.
When you put all of that together, it really does feel like one massive global marketplace that's just embedded inside these AI assistants. Your beautiful bespoke website, your Shopify store, it really just becomes a data endpoint.
That's it. A place where the AI pings for stock confirmation and then places an order. The core value of the retailer shifts from being the keeper of the transaction to being the absolute master of product data and fulfillment.
Which brings us to the critical role of speed and what the source material calls the zero input standard. We need to talk about why speed is so important now.
The reason is simple. When an AI is looking at options, it's not looking at one product, it's looking at 10, maybe more, all at once. Every extra click or piece of information you ask for is an instant risk. The AI can immediately show 9 other options that do not require that input. It will just discard your brand if you introduce any friction.
And when we look at fashion and footwear specifically, what's the biggest source of that friction? Where do people drop off the most?
Oh, it's still size and fit. Retailers have always relied on these vague size charts, or even worse, those multi-question sizing quizzes.
We've all been there. How tall are you? What brand do you usually wear?
Exactly. That long interaction is the moment with the highest risk of abandonment, and it's the #1 cause of high return rates. You spend all this money to get a customer, only to lose them because of sizing anxiety.
So the solution built for this new era, for these extreme speed expectations, is the zero input size finder. Can you explain how that's different from what people might be used to?
A traditional tool usually needs some kind of manual input. The quiz, asking you to measure yourself, something. The zero input standard gets rid of that completely. It's built on behavioral and visual data analysis. There are no quizzes, no measurements. Size is just detected automatically based on the shopper's digital footprint and some very accurate fit models. The tech does the work without the user lifting a finger.
It's basically the foundational layer you need to survive in stage 3 and stage 4.
It has to be. An autonomous purchasing agent can't stop to fill out a size quiz for you.
Right.
If you want to be on the AI's shortlist, you have to meet that zero input standard, especially for high friction categories like clothes. If you don't, you simply won't be considered AI ready.
And this is where we have to talk about the real risk for the big, established fashion houses, the incumbents.
Yes.
They might assume their size, the brand recognition will protect them, but our sources argue the opposite.
The problem isn't their scale, it's their agility. Incumbents usually operate with these painfully slow legacy innovation cycles.
Annual cycles, right?
Or longer. They have massive technology debt, old clunky systems, fragmented data that makes it incredibly hard to integrate these new high-speed AI tools.
Yeah.
They'll spend 6 months just debating the scope of a pilot program.
And while the big company is debating, what are the challengers doing?
The smaller digital native challengers are already in the AI gym, as one source puts it. They're building, iterating, deploying these zero-input tools right now. They don't have the legacy tech. Their governance is faster.
The gap just gets bigger and bigger.
The speed discrepancy is exponential. Once the AI agents recognize their higher data quality and faster transaction speed, the incumbents will just find themselves completely locked out.
And we're not talking about something 10 years from now. What's the timeline the sources suggest for this becoming the undeniable market reality?
We're looking at the market reality of 2026 to 2027.
That is just around the corner.
That timeline leaves absolutely no room for long debates or extended pilot schemes. If established brands aren't actively deploying and integrating these kinds of high-speed, friction-removing solutions right now, they will find themselves years behind the curve.
So every leadership team is facing an unavoidable strategic decision basically today. You either prepare for a world where buying happens outside your website, or you wait and see.
And the outcomes are completely polarized. The brands that prioritize data integrity and speed, especially on core friction points like sizing, they will define the next generation of fashion retail. They'll be the brands the AI trusts.
And the others.
Those who delay will be spectators of their own decline, watching competitors win orders they never even knew were being placed.
It's important to stress, though, that this isn't just an investment in some theoretical future. The proof that minimizing this core friction point works is available today, and it comes with immediate ROI.
Absolutely. Modernizing the size and fit experience is the first step because it immediately improves accuracy.
Which means fewer returns.
Which means fewer returns. And that's the most measurable metric in e-commerce. And you, the listener, now understand the 4 stages of this evolution, from assisted browsing all the way to fully automated agents. And you understand why achieving that zero-input standard is the ultimate strategic imperative. Speed and data excellence are the new currency.
It fundamentally changes how brands have to think about technology investment and even what customer loyalty means.
Indeed.